it really is a fairly flexible pick. They might be pit against a Celeste if Detonation decides to go for that, but I think G2 is pretty confident with their box play. They played against Kraken and were able to take a game off.
Is there any chance that Detonation stops them from doing that by picking it in their second division?
Ooh, that is very, very possible. G2 actually decides to ban Celeste. This, I do think Detonation would take Boxer because Celeste is fairly good and effective against Box. However, it's not such a one-sided matchup that is a necessary ban. So I think G2 believes that Detonation is prioritizing Celeste, which is a very powerful pick for their team.
Alright, well, Black Feather, in fact, going to be the second pick here for Detonation. G2 gets to answer with 2 of their own picks. Vox is still on the table if they want to lock it in. Does have a lot of mobility, can try and fight that battle against Black Feather over a longer fight spree sustained up by Lyra. Are they going to commit to it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think G2, they can either take the Boxer or they can take the Rogue, and they both be fairly effective. G2 just needs to be able to kite away from Black Feather. No Detonation might be going for that jungle crystal, which is also very popular right now.
G2 Esports beginning to eat into their bonus time. As said, these are critical games for G2 and Detonation. A single win for G2 puts them forward. 2 wins for Detonation is what they need to push them towards day number 2. G2 Esports and Detonation both do not want to make any missteps in their draft, and G2, after much deliberation, have decided upon that Vox that you were talking about, Zika.
Yeah, I think this is a very good choice for G2 right now. But this really comes down to what they want to choose as their last pick. I believe a Batiste here would actually be fairly effective, potentially even a Taka, just to put more pressure onto that Black Feather, especially if Detonation decides to go for that Crystal Black Feather. However, there are a lot of options on the table still for G2. Potentially even a Rona coming out. The Rhyme, okay.
Talk to me about the Rhyme, Zeke, and why might that be effective here?
The Rhyme actually prevents Detonation from going for a weapon Black Feather, which is actually ideal for them because they don't really want to fight a weapon Black Feather with that box. If weapon Black Feather decides to jump in onto Vox and Rhyme's right there, there's nothing that Black Feather is going to be able to do to finish off that kill. But this basically forces Detonation into playing that Crystal Black Feather, which they may or may not be prepared for.
Interesting. Detonation has one final pick to lock in here. It's the Silver Bullet pick. What is the thing they need to deal with G2 Esports composition? Zekin, if you had to pick any hero here, what would it be?
This could actually be a Taka pick. If they went for Crystal Taka with a weapon Black Feather, even if Rhyme was there, they could still explode Vox. And it depends on how aggressive Detonation wants to play, but we've seen them time and time again. They play both aggressively or very passively, depending on their opponents.
Yeah, definitely a very flexible team. Keep in mind, guys, that both of these teams fighting for the prides of their regions. Europe especially, historically, has had a real tough time in international competition. They wowed the crowds moments ago when they were able to take down Kraken in one of their games. Detonation, though, they're bringing out a pedal here. There's going to be some spontaneous detonation, combustion action going on. How is this going to function into G2 Esports composition?
This is actually a very interesting pickup. I don't completely agree with picking a pedal right here because I actually believe that having a little bit more aggression, especially against that Vox, where G2 is very well known for it being hyper carries with that Vox. They're going to go double Tyrants, they're going to get the Poison Shield, they're going to get the Breaking Point, and it's just going to do absolutely huge amounts of damage. But with this pedal pick, it really means that Detonation is trying to go for that early game closeout. They really need to get a lot of aggression down early on, and especially against a Rhyme, it's not a bad pickup, but they're really relying on the fact that they can close the game out earlier.
I do think it's going to be very much about whether that momentum actually sticks. You know, we've seen Rhyme come out from G2 in the past, something they're actually pretty comfortable on, very effective with, and also, like you're saying, their Vox play. I'm pretty concerned for Petal being able to be effective into that Vox later into the game.
Absolutely, especially early game. With the Pulse, Vox will get a bunch of resonance bounces off onto those Petal minions, and it is going to cause a little bit of problems for Detonation. However, looking at these two team compositions, I actually think it really comes down to how will Detonation play early game. Will they be able to get an advantage? And if they do, fantastic. They will be able to roll with that into the mid to late game. But if G2 gets ahead, or if they go even, Detonation is going to have a very, very hard time.
All right, we're on to the fold, ladies and gentlemen. G2 Esports up against Detonation Gaming. G2 in need of a single victory to carry themselves forward at least into game 2. If they win 2 games this weekend, they actually have the opportunity of fighting a tiebreaker against Kraken for that first seed position, something coveted by all of the teams. Detonation, they need to win 2 games back-to-back in this best-of-2 series. A tough task for any team, especially one that's playing up against G2 Esports, a team that just had an incredible performance on the live stage. It's going to be a very exciting game. Both teams, in fact, not making their way up to the lane at all yet. We were talking about early aggression from Detonation, trying to make it happen in the early game with the pedal pick. They certainly are trying to do that, but G2 Esports is not concerned. They are trying to answer in kind. Given the level 2s across both teams, who has the edge here? Real quick, Zekan.
I actually believe that Detonation actually has a little bit of advantage here. Pedal is extremely strong for these early levels. However, G2, they actually did some Dark Potato back, but Detonation does not realize that yet. This is actually pretty good opportunity for them to shot this other tree, which they do, but will G2 reality? Because Slimer is still staying alive. Maybe have to push Koa off of this tree, or it might be very, very close right there.
Yeah, good effort there by Keanu Nakoa. Interestingly, I think G2 Esports had a good idea of kind of baiting the sticking around and waiting from Detonation, but Hundor played quite slowly and didn't even start to make his way up to the lane for quite some time, and allowing Vivicu to actually, you know, push that lane in quite hard. Hundor now is going to have to farm under the turret. Can be a little bit dicey. Might begin to snowball a small advantage in favor of Detonation again.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I do have to point out, though, is at the beginning of the game, Royal actually picked up a minion candy, and being able to push out a wave just a little bit faster gave him a huge advantage when they take down the Detonation.
That's some very good upfront damage coming in from Dark Potato onto G2. With Keanu Nakoa now beginning the backup here, it's something that Detonation needs to be careful of. Although Dark Potato is quite low on energy at this point. He's going to be sped away by the Imperial Sigil.
Yeah, that's really Ryan's problem in the early game. If he doesn't have the energy to really sustain himself in fights, he will not be that effective. However, if he gets an early energy battery, especially if he gets it in Harvest, he is going to be extremely hard to take down. But up against the composition of Detonation, even if he does get a little bit more early on, Tachuki is still able to put a lot of pressure on him with those pedal minions.
So far, the aggression from both sides checked pretty effectively by their opponents. No one wanting to overcommit. Again, we've mentioned how critical things are for both of these teams. It all rests on a nice edge, so no one wanting to make even the slightest of mistakes, really. Tachuki's doing a good job of keeping, you know, a little bit ahead in the farm compared to Dark Potato, though Pedal a very effective force in the early game. When is the point at which Detonation has to, you know, they've picked something that does want to get rolling early on. At what stage do you have to fully commit to that?
I think the moment that Black Flare hits level 6, or when he hits level 6, they can either go for some very aggressive plays because of those spontaneous combustions from pedal minions, just for those heals and the damage output. But when Royal hits level 6, the Rose offensive coming out from Black Flare will be extremely hard to deal with for the time being.
Very good damage landing on Dark Potato. He's trying to retreat through the choke. Tachuki is not wanting that to happen, trying to get damage down on the Dark Potato here. Kiting away, not doing much damage whilst it happens. G2 Esports are in a tough spot. Pedal, you can see the bounce. A little bit of work done. Might be able to come back and Dark Potato, thankfully for him, is able to pick up that treant. Again, not stolen away by Tachuki. It would have been disastrous. That heal was direly unable by Dark Potato.
Absolutely. If he lost that right there, it would have just sped to up to that level 6 point, where Detonation would be able to put a lot more pressure under this turret, because G2 Esports, while they do have the Lara Force sustain, it is not that effective. It will heal quite a bit, especially if we have another fight.
Very nice wrap around coming in from Detonation, but the on-point misses. That could have been disastrous. Now it's actually the damage being turned on to Vivic Quiz. He's going to have to be very careful backing away there. I like the aggression coming out of Detonation, but if you miss those skill shots, you can get punished for it. And that was really a big window of opportunity for Detonation, having spent their gold at the first jungle rotation to the shop since the jungle intensified, whereas G2 had not done so. That's a lot of damage. He's going to have to pop that flask. Can get healed up by Keanu here. He's going to be trying to get under the turret and manages to make it just barely. Now Tachuki quite far into enemy territory, but he doesn't really mind. Still putting down the pain onto Hundor. Hundor is out of energy. He can't keep jumping around, repositioning very easily. Dark Potato, of course, quite immobile as well. So honestly, even though Tachuki's very far extended, not necessarily at the greatest risk unless he walks too close doesn't have the backup of the Guard. In fact, he's thinking about going in even deeper with Dark Potato. Really close to going down. Quiz Watson, he actually finds the kill. Fortified Health does not come in quickly enough. Condor can't get there in time to find a return kill, and Detonation managed to take down the turret. A very aggressive and effective push here. About 6 minutes in. Oh, Taduki, gotta be careful not to bounce into an even hotter fire there as Hunter was waiting in the wings, getting ready to jump on top. He is trying to take the tree, and the very kill would be massive here. Keeping him in the fray, and is able to take that one up. Dark Potato does not have a boots cooldown, isn't going to be chasing this one anytime soon. Detonation get away scot-free there.
Yeah, one thing I have to point out in that whole engagement was that Detonation had their countdown for the entire time. They're not even worried because there we go.
Dora's got to be really careful. There is a fountain on top of him. Royal wants more, but he does not have the cooldown for Faint of Heart to really commit to that one. Plus backup, kind of scared to keep pretty far away. I like the fact that Detonation is playing a very measured game here.
Yeah, that's a little bit of concern for G2 on this game right now. So Tuki constantly is forcing the fountain. Royal, Tuki, and Victors have been doing a fantastic job of forcing their opponent's fountain on the cooldown while theirs is still up. So they constantly have the advantage, and there's no way G2 can really engage on them. And while that is good right now, Detonation still needs to make sure that they push their initiative forward. Otherwise, G2 feels.
Looking at the item differentials here, key to note that it's almost a 20 CS difference between Dark Potato and Taduki. Plus the turret gold, we're looking at a very big difference in those two junglers. And of course, everyone knows Rhyme needs a couple of items to really come online, whereas that pedal can be very effective with relatively few. As a result, we're just not seeing these fights be very even between Detonation and G2. Royal is also doing incredibly well, sitting on top of that Serpentine Mask.
So it really comes down to how much damage can Hundor and Taduki do at range. If Hundor gets too close though, Royal is always there ready to follow.
Alright, G2 Esports beginning to push up perhaps more aggressively than they are maybe able to. They don't have a tier 1 turret to fall back to here. If Royal decides to commit, and with Taduki on the flank, they just might do that, could be very dangerous. And with Taduki getting jumped on, good flare out, spots him. Taduki, he can't get away. Hundor nearly falls though. Royal, he's trying to jump off to the back line. Doesn't quite have the damage yet. Hundor doing the jump kiting. He walks into the gauntlet wall. He finds the kill. Royal is doing so much work right now for Detonation. 3 versus 2, and G2 still couldn't take him down. Dark Potato is no one. Oh, he gets away. What? What a turnaround from G2 Esports. The second pop of the Winter Spire annihilates Royal and turns that fight in G2's favor.
And I was just saying, Dragon's Eye was not a good pickup for Dark Potato. That was a fantastic time to have a Dragon's Eye. It was easy to get maximum amounts of stacks because the enemy, Royal, Viviquiz, were just stacking on top of him. and he was just easily able to explode them once he got those stacks built up.
That was close, though, and it was closer than it should have probably been, considering how quickly and without, much return they were able to take down Tatuki. Even still, Detonation do have a 3,000 gold lead off the back of even that shutdown gold. They're still in the driver's seat, but G2 Esports is starting to make some progress. If they can get maybe one more item on their carry here, I do think they're in a position to make some serious progress in coming back into this game. Tatuki, you see he's jumping forward, being very aggressive, playing on the front lines, trying to just edge and damage rate.
I think this is a good play coming out from right now. If they fight out in the open, which I think he actually has a huge advantage. G2 really relies on the fact that, is anything gonna happen right here? Gold
Might
line.
have a fight coming up. I was just going to point out the Echo on Arden just picked up. We've also got Aegis on Royal. These are huge spikes that are going to be very impactful if G2 isn't careful. Hunter does have the infusion, though. Detonation, they want this fight very badly, trying to tease it out of G2, trying to make them come a bit further out of position than they would like to. Royal, he's thinking about going in. You can see his trigger finger just hovering over that Faint of Heart. He wants to set up a fight. Yuki is looking for that Treant. I believe it did go the way of Detonation. Slight edge for them heading into this one. Royal finds on point onto Hundor. But again, not quite able to commit to this one. Detonation backing away to the gold miner. What's G2 Esports going to do? They've indicated their willingness to fight here, but they're not committing just yet. Finally making their moves back in. This is going to be the opportunity. Bright Bulwark pop. There's the arcane passage. He needs to get out of there. Good damage coming in. A nice fake out as well. Hundor backs away. Swaps focus onto Royal. Silence comes across. Not letting it just split the fight a little bit. Great damage as Royal commits here. He can get that good Rose offensive onto 3 members. Potentially some solid damage. Dark Kiddo is still alive though. Hundor very healthy. He's looking to turn this one around. That's a fountain finally popped by Detonation. Good discipline on that by Viviquiz.
Yeah, it's not
on G2 either.
Still wants to keep going. Keanu Nikoa will be able to get down
again. This could be dicey. Hundor wants to turn though. Tatuki's so low, but he's got that reflex block. Hundor is not quite doing enough. Or is he? He does have good breaking point stacks. He's looking for the kill onto Royal. There's a sentry helping him. Royal is so low, but he doesn't go down. The sentry is not enough to back Hundor up. It's an ace for Detonation Gaming. That was, so close.
That was so incredibly close. Dark Knight even had the sentry backing him up. Royal, though, getting those breaking point stacks, relying on the lifesteal of the Serpent's Mask, able to finish off Dark Potato with just a sliver of health left.
This is indicative, though, that if Detonation lets this game go on for too long, it might get to a point where G2 Esports is slightly too strong for them. I mean, they've got Eve of Harvest on Dark Potato now. That's a big power spike. You saw it there. He's able to sustain much more effectively than he has in the past.
Yeah, this might be getting a little bit difficult for Detonation. They don't have a point here on Black Feather. They aren't going to be able to cut down the skill of Dark Potato. So if Dark Potato really gets onto their backline, if he manages to stick onto 2v or the fight against Royal one-on-one, I don't think Detonation can win those fights. But if Detonation keeps taking fights that they have been, where they're just constantly poking out at G2, fighting out in the open where Dark Potato cannot land those Winter Spires, Detonation has a huge advantage.
Atlas Pauldron just picked up for Keanu Nikoa. That is, of course, a nice item here. Does slow down Royal a little bit from getting the damage he needs. Royal go for a re-infuse. We are 30 seconds out from the Kraken spawn. It's going to be a big point of contention for two teams with a bone saw on Hundor. It's an interesting item.
Yeah, it's actually a fairly good choice right now because Royal knows that Detonation is relying on him for the damage to come to him. He does a good amount right now, but come late game, he is just not going to be able to output the amount of damage that he needs to, especially because those minions will be able to be killed by Hundor fairly easily. But Royal will really be able to output a lot of damage, and he knows that G2 will play his defense against him. Hundor on the other side, he knows that he's also the carrier of his team. While Dark Tail does do a good defense on that damage, he is really just tainted for the front line. He's taking as the front line with Keanu Nikoa healing him, making sure that Hundor can get all the damage that he needs to.
G2 Esports now have something new to worry about on the map in the form of that Kraken. It is an objective that Detonation might try and leverage to force their hand into an engagement early on, although G2 seems like maybe they want that coming in from the side here. Don't decide to fully commit, though. Keep in mind, oh, there's going to be the arcane passage. Here comes that commitment. Hundor trying to get onto the carries, get some damage down, but he's standing quite far. So getting wiped out by Royal on the back line. Hundor beats the kite better. That's going to be a good heal, maybe enough. Royal goes down. Vivid Quiz could be the next target here for a Hundor. A good route coming out from Dark Potato. Keeps him in range. Hundor wants more. Kind of hard for him to get any closer, though. So far, it's just going to be that trade of jungler for captain, a good one for GT Esports. If you can find anything more off the back, Hundor is there. He's going to be able to get in. Trying to steal away that treant for now. Doesn't find it, though. Goes away to 2.
Yeah, absolutely. That fight was textbook from G2. They were able to catch Detonation moving through their own jungle. Detonation, they tried to take a tree. They killed the crystal. But G2 just waiting there for him to win. The moment Detonation came past, they engaged.
Vivid Quiz might be looking to make the hero steal here. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull it off, though. Hundor is doing some good damage right now. Be careful, make sure they get that Kraken. He does do it. Esports back away off the back of that. Not get the heal. Killing Kraken, but he did find a treant, and now Vivid Quiz being quite low is a liability here for Detonation if they decide to fight. That allows for G2 Esports to escort that Kraken relatively healthily up towards the lane. They got a lot of turrets to get through, so they do have an edge in the push.
I guess they still have an easy lead, but this Kraken should go take down these 2 turrets. First one already going down. Detonation really looks like he's right here. I think they fight half of it.
The Quiz is a little lower than I'm sure he'd like to edging in some damage. Detonation, where is their way to go? He probably a Rocket, if I had to guess, maybe just waiting for the Echo, which is up to 10 seconds. He wasn't sure would like to get the high impact off of that item, but buying a lot of time in just waiting for it for GT Esports to sneak down the turrets. And this was late, particularly in the action. You can imagine it's back away, having taken some of the turrets in that single push. Detonation, the cooldown wasn't quite there.
Yeah, and this is where the Telp really starts falling off. There's not really a good way for Tatuki to deal any sort of damage to Dark Potato even is just sustaining against these minions. Tatuki just doesn't have enough damage coming out to really be a threat. It really is up to Royal to both take down Dark Potato and Hundor, but against Dark Potato it is almost impossible, and there's no reason for Dark Potato to move forward. As long as Hundor is able to sit in the backline and constantly dish out damage, you saw in the last few fights, his breaking stack points have gone absolutely insane, and he has been doing so much damage in every single one of these engagements.
I think for any team watching G2 Esports in the World Championship right now, consideration has to go towards banning out the Vox. We saw it be very effective in the game they won against Kraken, and now again here against Detonation doing some serious work. Yes, he's 2-3-2. No, that's not the most impressive scoreline ever, but G2 are winning with a negative KDA right now. They are the ones with the greatest amount of map pressure. The goal difference does not tell the entire story. Detonation, they have an opportunity still, but the window is closing. They need to make sure they get in whilst it's still open.
Absolutely, and right now G2, they really have a big opportunity to, even if they decide not to engage, they don't need to. Detonation is the one that really needs to force a fight to happen. They really need to be able to catch G2 off guard and get a win somewhere. Because right now, if they just let G2 play their own game, there's no way that G2's going to lose.
With that recall coming in from Hundor, you see Detonation were teasing with the idea of trying to make something aggressive happen. He's not going to, though, as now Hundor comes back, reloaded and ready to go. Royal tries to get that damage down. Here comes the Gauntlet. Dark Potato is incredibly low. Is it going to be enough, though? Lots of damage coming in. First one to fall is Vivid Quiz. Can Royal get out of here? Hundor really wants the kill. He finds it. Tatuki is quite healthy, but he's in the 1 versus 3. He needs to do a miracle in order to pull this fight back into his favor. Hundor is relentless in his pursuit. The scoops were there. The treant route not going to land, though. That's probably the nail in the coffin for Tatuki as the bulwark goes down. He is very close to falling. Oh, man, he is not getting out of there. It's going to be the ace for G2 Esports. Probably a Kraken off the back of that as well. An incredibly convincing fight, and one that I think Detonation is unlikely to come back from in this game.
Yeah, Keanu, that was a beautiful arcane passage. I just gotta say, that was just put it right in front of Tuki, who was forced to walk into it, or turn around, in which case he would have died anyway. So it's fantastically played by Keanu Nakoa right there. But that's exactly what I was talking about. Detonation. They had to force the fight. They did. It is too late now. G2 has already scaled to the point where Hundor is virtually untouchable, Dark Potato is unkillable, and Keanu Nakoa, he doesn't really have to do much. He just needs to sit back, and that is team doing the work.
Yeah, Dark Potato at this point able to just solo out the Kraken whilst Hundor plays gatekeeper for Detonation's ability to contest. You saw Hundor 1v1ing Royal there and basically taking no damage. It's getting to a point where, you know, Detonation would need a massive misplay to come back into this game. G2 Esports not showing that they have a propensity to do that, at least right now. Nice to see, though. Anyone can make a mistake, especially under the pressure of the world stage. If G2 wins this game, as a reminder for you guys at home, they will be advancing to Day 2. Europe will be advancing to Day 2. Their only representative, the pride of the region. Here comes the fight, though. Detonation does not want that to happen. Hundor is quite low right off the bat here. He's struggling to kite around. He's got to worry about that gauntlet, which is keeping him in place, but he is getting good damage on G2. Can he find the kill? Hundor is the first to fall. Royal is making it happen. There's not enough damage from Dark Potato to turn it. Or can he find Royal? He just about does. Tuki, he's not going to be able to get away. A great arcane passage keeps him in the fight. Dark Potato on one side, Keanu on the other. He's already burned the trampoline. If Dark Potato could just keep him away from the base, Kraken might do all the work that he needs to. And in fact, Tuki, oh, is he going to live? No way, he's not going to. Detonation, this is it. They are out of World with this G2 win, and Europe makes it to day number 2.
Yeah, that was absolutely textbook play coming out from G2. Hundor, the Detonation spent so much effort to take him down. He did eventually die, but by that point, Dark Tail, 9 stacks on that Dragon's Eye, he was just a force to be reckoned with. There is nothing that he can do.
Incredible performance from G2 Esports. They have got to be feeling ecstatic, having become the first European team in the history of worlds, I believe, to make it to day number 2.